we do go to extra time. A really wonderful game to this point, and it seemed that Chesterfield were going to Wembley the way the second half started, when Andy Morris not only scored the opening goal of the semi-final, but then earned a penalty. Let's look back as the players regroup for the extra half an hour. Ben Roberts unlucky in that he made the save from Davis, but Morris in the perfect place. 1-0 to Chesterfield. All this, of course, with Middlesbrough down to 10 men. Kinder sent off in the first half. Morris missed a cool in the circumstances. And then, as Andy Gray was saying, he feels Roberts was a bit unfortunate again there. But a penalty it was. John Duncan delighted, but then he had to sort out a penalty taker. Dyche, the captain, took on the responsibility and produced the goods. And Middlesbrough must have feared the worst. But Brian Robson has not only assembled an expensive team, he's assembled a brave team. Ravanelli. Hope revived. And Clayton Blackmore putting in a splendid pass from the left. Then this incident. When the whistle had gone and the linesman was flagging as though the ball had crossed the line, but the whistle had blown earlier. Another talking point of a major variety. Should it have been a penalty? Whether it should or whether it shouldn't is still a matter for debate. Dyche on Juninho, a penalty it was, and Hignett squeezed it under Mercer. I've been doing the talking, Andy's been doing the looking as that's been going on. Any reason to change your mind on anything that you've said?
Martin, I look around and there are a bunch, two teams who are absolutely dead on their feet at the moment. They're absolutely shattered. Middlesbrough had no surprise because they've been a man short. They were 2 goals down, they've had to work their socks off. And there's no doubt that probably the Premiership side would have been the fitter side, so there's no doubt in Chesterfield's players have probably worked harder in this 90 minutes than they've ever done. So there's 2 very tired sets of footballers out there. You get tired minds and tired bodies, you get mistakes. You get gifted players who can do something, might just win it. Think about Juninho in particular, you know, but you look back, and John Duncan will look back on this incident, and I still don't know what he's given, Martin. There's the shot. Now, there's no offside. You can see Curtis Fleming at the top of the screen playing everybody onside. Right, now, how on earth he's given offside when he's not even in a position to do it? Yeah, but he's in no position to do that. Then the linesman, who's kept his flag down all through that move, puts it up and signals a goal. Then the whistle goes again. Now, I still, for the life of me, don't see how David Ellery, from that position, when he's not in line with the last defender, who's Curtis Fleming, can blow off. That's what he's done for offside, but no doubt Mr. Ellery will inform us.
Well, when he's in charge of a major match, he's often the focus of attention.
Well, which is a shame in many ways. Too many games are like that, I'm afraid. Big games. We end up talking about referees' decisions. But a lot of football to be played. Brian Robson, of course, though, Martin, does have, what is it, Derek White and Alan Moore. Still 2 players that he can bring on if he needs to freshen things up.
So 15 minutes each way, and if nothing decisive happens, it would be a replay at Hillsborough, where Middlesbrough are bound for the next assignment. That FA Cup semi-final replay will take place on April the 22nd, should it be required. So Middlesbrough, who've put out Chester, non-league Hensford. They won at Manchester City, they won at Derby. Replays haven't been the order of the day for either of these clubs so far in the competition. Well, that suggests there's something sorting out to do as this extra time unfolds. So Juninho takes the free kick. It's Morris, who's very important in his own penalty area, as in the opponent's.
Well, that's good, it's important. Talked about tired minds, but he certainly wasn't there. Good discipline from Andy Morris.
It's another set play on the corner for Middlesbrough. Vickers by the near post.
Too much. Feint a touch. Great delivery from Hignett. And all is required here is for Vickers just to get a glancing header on it. And look where the goalkeeper had gone. Anything glanced in near post. Goalkeeper's come out. Look at that. He's committed himself. He's gone. No man's land.
As Middlesbrough found out last Sunday, an early goal in extra time doesn't necessarily mean the right result. Davis. Not daunted by Emerson. Not fouled by him either. But Juninho still looks the greatest threat to Chesterfield. His application to go with his artistry is phenomenal. Well, in Brazil, they do play all the time. And he's got that sort of attitude, Juninho. Brian Robson relieved that he actually has been left out, Juninho, of Brazil squad for a friendly coming up. But even after this season finishes and all the work that he's putting in for his club, there's the Copa America. And Brazil will certainly call him for that. He's hardly had a break for, what, a couple of years now. But you'd not notice it. And Juninho with another touch, but the header drops for Dyche. Davis drifting past Steve Vickers, but Musto got back capably.
That's brilliant. 2 or 3 times Robbie Musto's had to do that. Late in the second half and just again there.
Jules.
That's what you call covering. Now he's given a goal kick. Great covering across from Musto. Captain's part. Goes across, sees it cut this time, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Looks a corner, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Chesterfield fans had a very good view of it, trying to get David Ellery to change his mind, which is not an easy thing to do. A bit more adjusting. John Duncan, Scott, who came down to England to play for Tottenham in the mid-70s, also served Derby County. Past Andy Morris to drop a little bit deeper and just leave Davis up front. Middlesbrough will want to get it settled today if they can. The remaining fixture list is a horrendous congestion. And Ravanelli could settle it. Or at least put them in front.
Good take, goalkeeper again. He couldn't have seen much of that. There looked to be a lot of bodies between Mercer and Ravanelli. Not on his left foot, of course, but it's still a good opportunity. He had a good view of that. I think that was important. Any little touch, but it's a good reaction save low down to his right.
The chance for Davis to take it on as the ball bounced off Vickers. There's bound to be the odd error. Ball on for Beaumont from the throw, and Davis didn't see it. Blackmore. Well, few would have given Chesterfield the chance of taking it to extra time, but I suppose in the Chesterfield ranks they will feel that they had the situation to win it in the 90 minutes. 2 goals to the good. The supporters were jubilant. I'm sure they were thinking of Wembley. Beaumont.
Yeah, I must confess, Martin, I was one of those that fancied Middlesbrough strongly. But it's been an absolutely smashing semi-final, I have to say. Better than I think anyone looking from the outside, any neutral, I think, would have expected it to have been.
Those close to Chesterfield will have said to you, don't underestimate our ability to fight and to battle now. That can only take you so far against the likes of Juninho and Ravanelli, but they've produced some football of their own and perhaps, surprisingly, some thrust of their own. They're not the greatest goal scorers in their own division. They've been pushing for a playoff place that's probably beyond them now on the back of tremendous defensive record. Penalty shouts. David Avery not out to make it a hat-trick.
You know, Festa does climb over people. Certainly a trait that he's picked up in Italy, no doubt about that. But he does climb over the back of people.
Ravanelli looking to run in behind people, especially Dyche. He's left him in a tangled heap.
Well, he didn't just beat him once, he beat him about 3 or 4 times. It was twist and turn and twist and turn. Wasn't happy that time either. Wasn't happy that time. It's only now when he put him on his backside that he finally decided to do something about it.
Well, even with a man short, they've still applied the pressure. The Premiership team. Ravanelli! Well, Morris claiming he was being pushed.
Thought he was myself. You're not in the best view. The referee's right there. Just thought Ravanelli uses the arms. There it is there. Both arms on the back of Morris.
That was going in. The 2 on the line behind Mercer couldn't have done anything to keep it out without getting themselves sent off. Mercer makes another significant save. And Middlesbrough get yet another corner. Goes to Juninho in those circumstances like a magnet. Musto. Blackmore. Ravanelli just laying it into the stride of Juninho. He's skipping through. And yet again, applause for Billy Mercer.
Well, that's what this team's all about. We've seen him wobbly at the back, but then you see things like this, a little play in and it feeds it off to Juninho's run. That's probably one of the goalkeeper's easier saves. It's straight at him, it's high. You would expect him to save that. Might not even have gone in.
It's all Middlesbrough in the first period of extra time. Juninho. That was a brave block from Kerpis. Juninho teasing and taunting again. Ravanelli. Vickers! Oh, it bounced out. It's in from Festa. And in this epic FA Cup semi-final, Middlesbrough are in front for the first time. 10 minutes into extra time. And the first semblance of a smile from Brian Robson.
The little Brazilian again is the one at the back. Look at that. Again he looks for Ravanelli. Vickers thinks he scored. Juninho, frustrated, it goes above him. But what a cool head from a centre-back. A white-hot situation. But Festa controls it, takes his time, and drills it down the middle. What a comeback from Middlesbrough.
So, as they were at Wembley last Sunday. They lead in extra time. Well, they have learned a lesson as to how to hang on to a lead in the extra minutes after being pegged back in heartbreaking fashion by Emile Heskey of Leicester City. Now it's Chesterfield in the same blue. Out comes Roberts and earns his corner.
Just take the time now. Quite right.
What a roller coaster emotional ride it's been. Well, for everybody, even the neutrals, even those holding the microphones, especially the managers. Well, Festa has set a real tester for Chesterfield. So it's now their turn, the Division 2 team, to try and prove that they are down but not out. Jules. Is it a gem from Jules? No. Jules again, challenged by Fleming. Emerson. Where does Juninho get his energy from? Ravanelli sets his sights on his left foot. Usually at least works the goalkeeper, not that time.
Well, you talked about halves and half-nots. There's no doubt that this boy has got talent. He has it in abundance. That run, and to be so perceptive at the end of it, to just nick a little ball the way he did into Ravanelli's path. That's a tired shot from the Italian at the end. But no surprise. We talked about being tired for Fabrizio Ravanelli last week, Martin. He must be absolutely shattered today. But I bet he doesn't not want to play on Wednesday.
Well, to his credit, many ruled him out for last Wednesday, but not Ravanelli. We know he's got an Achilles tendon problem. He needed an injection at Wembley to get through extra time. Look at the attempts at goal, so you can't dispute Middlesbrough's right to be in front, and they've done it to get some of the egg off Kinder's face. Here's Curtis. Howard. Here's Morris. Assistant referee, call him what you will, Alan Sheffield. Couldn't have been closer to that, to rule that the whole ball didn't go out. Tom Curtis. And Morris has put it behind. Chesterfield are behind. But in a way, it's all been about the underdog today. Chesterfield came here as underdogs, but when Middlesbrough lost a player, they were virtually in that category themselves. When they went 2-0 down, they certainly were. Ravanelli. And still Juninho's natural love of football propels him forward again and again and again. Not a thought in his head about sitting on this lead.
He's Brazilian, Martin. He doesn't know how to do those things. Look at that for skill.
Turn round, please, says the referee. A turn of events of a significant nature in the first period of extra time. Vickers against the bar and out. Festa under the bar and in. Man of the match. Well, so many candidates, that kind of magnitude to the contest. It's been a privilege to be here, and we've still got 15 minutes to go. One or two taking on liquid on the sidelines. Ravanelli, Juninho, Jonathan Howard came across for a drink.
Liquid, man, I should think we want oxygen, not liquid, those lads. Oh, they must be running on empty.
Well, those manufacturers of the new modern-day sports drinks will tell you that they can repair all sorts of losses, and look at the sweat that must have gone into the 105 minutes we've watched so far. So, Andy, are Middlesbrough going to go back to Wembley?
The only thing I'll say is when I say the cup final, the one thing that'll keep Chesterfield going is the fact that Middlesbrough have conceded, what, 61 goals, I think it is now this season. And when you've got a defence that's done that, Martin, there's always just a chance. And as long as it remains 3-2, Chesterfield will always have a chance. The one thing they won't want to do is go another behind. If they nick one, Ravanelli or Juninho or someone, then that really would be all over, I feel, for Chesterfield.
Tom Curtis, who's been mixing studies at Loughborough University with his professional football career.
Trouble for Brian Robson, he's got his curbing, the forward thinking of his players. He would actually like now his back four just to sit in there, not go forward. The three in front, that's Hignett, Mustoe and Emerson, just to sit there and let the two get up top, get on with it. The quality of themselves. But you can bet Emerson will go and try and join in, and Hignett will go and try and join in. I'm not so sure Festa will do so much of that now. He's done his bit.
And it wasn't the first attempt at trying, was it? He'd been on the surge a few times. But I think what we've seen is that quality can outshine quantity. Chesterfield with the extra man, but Middlesbrough with the extra ability. Foul by Beaumont. He's one of the few players, Chris Beaumont, who's been sent off at Wembley in his Stockport days, a day in which he was also a goal scorer. Juninho at his most impish. Back from Vickers. Carr coming in to challenge Roberts to make him kick. Williams, Carr's clearly onside, and the current legislation making no attempt to play the ball as he was coming back. Howard. Even in the Premiership, Curtis Fleming is one of the hardest defenders to get past. He's got that combination of speed and strength that's very important for the modern-day men at the back. Juninho one-on-one with Williams. He's made light of that. It's Juninho. Well, it would be an appropriate way to ensure a place in the FA Cup final.
His contribution deserves a goal, there's no doubt about that. Watch Ravanelli, though. He's played the ball now. We talked about tired legs. And who's going to pop up here, edge of the penalty spot? Look at that. Ravanelli wanted it back badly. There's no doubt I thought that Juninho was going to skip past the defender. The shot wasn't in keeping with his usual quality.
This is Davis darting in, trying to take the shot early, hoping to catch Roberts on the way out. Didn't catch the ball well enough. A warning shot across the Middlesbrough bows, though. But they've just got to get the ball to this fella. Ravanelli couldn't respond with the return pass. And the Middlesbrough fans look away from the game to honour Juninho as he jogs back in front of them. They're bowing to him. And well they might. Hewitt. Martin O'Neill won't mind Middlesbrough having to go through another period of extra time, will he? Physical preparation was not very good for Middlesbrough, and they needed every ounce of energy because Chesterfield had taken them to the brink of semi-final oblivion. But they've spared themselves heroically, the Premiership side. You couldn't really see a scenario where they would win in heroic fashion. But that's what's unfolded here if they do go on to complete the 120 minutes with their noses in front. That's as they are at the moment. Their corner count rises. And their goal count mark, but no, Hignett knocks it rather wearily too far forward. Beaumont. Needed a sure touch, and Howard provided it. Hewitt. Darren Carr with some height in the centre, but it's not a particularly good cross in the circumstances. Beaumont. Out comes Ravanelli. Still motoring.
I just toss this in.
Jules gets past him though. He's still motoring too. Can play it to Curtis. It went behind him, but Curtis trying to swing into a shot and give the ball some curl. It didn't curl.
A lot of bodies in there as well. It's a good run when it comes to Curtis. So I'll just turn, hit and hope that.
Emerson. And look who's darting through. Juninho couldn't quite get through Norton Davis here. Well, they're going out in the technical area down below us with number 21 hidden. Get Alan Moore on for the time that remains in place of Craig Hignett. Victory anthems for Middlesbrough. Chesterfield still within range, but not too feel if Middlesbrough score again, as they're looking to do here with Blackmore supporting Juninho down the left. Curtis did well to get between the two and find a pass up to Davis. Being chased by Mustoe. Kevin Davis for Chesterfield, and Roberts did hold on in the end.
That was a great effort, Mark, I'll tell you, from Davis. Mustoe had him under pressure, but this is criminal. We talked about them. They go 4v4 at the back. I cannot believe that this late in a cup tie, that seesawed the way this has, that they risk it all by recklessly looking for another goal. Unbelievable at times, the chances they take. Blackmore had gone forward, Emerson had gone forward, Hignett struggling. Again, it was Mustoe who was the one left to chase back at Davies.
4 up for Chesterfield. Carr going in. Force it forward with any pace at all. Hignett. Ravanelli. Past Jules.
I just give it to this little lad all the time. He's on now on that left side all the time.
Well, you think that all the sports scientists watching would want to know what makes him tick. It's almost as if he's transistorized for some technical aid. Everyone else is flagging and fading from time to time, needing a breather. Hignett's breather comes now of a permanent nature because he's going off. But Middlesbrough can bring on another international, Alan Moore of the Republic of Ireland. Just to remind you of the gulf and resources between the two clubs on a day when it's been the narrowest of divides out on the pitch. When sides like Chesterfield get to the later stages of the FA Cup and get this sort of exposure, you really just hope for the players' sake that above all else, whatever the result, they do themselves justice on the big day. Andy, they've certainly done that.
Oh, and more. This is up and beyond the Call of Duty for Chesterfield, Martin. They lose this game, I think they'll get the greatest round of applause ever from the fans, and they should. They have to applaud it going for what they put into this game. Questions that they've asked Middlesbrough, their performance in general has been a high standard. Middlesbrough couldn't have had tougher opponents today.
Emerson played that blind. Carr drops Chesterfield's way for a moment, but Hewitt couldn't get it to Carr. Fleming sorted that. Jules, Hewitt, Morris. Go on one other, can it? No more intervening. Ravanelli is so good at buying his teammates time. He did one of those passes earlier in the game. It was cut out. This time it was a bit better. And although Williams got to Juninho, he could only foul him. Blackmore. It's still in Middlesbrough's nature to keep going forward. Hewitt. Howard can take it in turn. Davis. When you're tired, the brain goes, and making the right decision is difficult. But they've got players forward here, Chesterfield. Davis. Well, who did that hit? David Ellery says it was Festa, I think. Certainly given the corner. So now Middlesbrough's nerves are jangling. They've hauled their way back right from the abyss of defeat to the verge of victory, but Chesterfield refuse to lie down. Dyche.
I must have did well there. Knew he wasn't going to win it in the air, but just edged the Chesterfield skipper just as he was about to head the ball.
Well, there have been some tremendous performances in a wonderful match, but I can't see there'll be any dispute for your vote. The Littlewoods man of the match is Juninho.
Yeah.
You'd go along with that? Has got a race here. Beaumont. Good early cross. Very good early cross. Hewitt! Jamie Hewitt! The lad from Chesterfield has equalised for Chesterfield in the 119th minute.
Last Sunday through, and it's a hopeful ball up. Yeah, limited bounce, but look at that for a header. That's just unsavable. You don't save it. It's as simple as that. Ball played in, they don't deal with it. But look at that for a header. Jamie Hewitt.
Well, you could not in a million years have envisaged a match like this between sides. Sean Duncan even loses his glasses in the jubilation down on the Chesterfield bench.
Well.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, we said it couldn't happen twice, it has done.
It's Chesterfield voices you're hearing now.
Sorry, Martin, I looked around when the goal went in. Ravanelli was flat on his back. Janino and Emerson flat on their back. Absolutely distraught.
0-0 at half-time. 2-2 at regulation time. 3-2 halfway through extra time. And in the nick of time, Jamie Hewitt keeps Chesterfield in the FA Cup. It's a replay at Hillsborough on April the 22nd. And no wonder there are mutual congratulations all round.
God, enjoy it, lads. Enjoy.
What a tale has unfolded here. First of all, Middlesbrough, it seemed, shooting themselves in the foot. Kinder getting himself sent off. And if you like, that it brought the odds closer together. And after Andy Morris had given Chesterfield the lead, Sean Dyche stepped up to slam in the penalty. 2-0, but Middlesbrough found the resolve. They had Ravanelli, 2-1. They had a Hignett penalty, 2-2. And then, as we wondered which way it would turn, Fester put them in front. And Middlesbrough in extra time were pipped at the post or caught at the post, should I say, by Leicester last Sunday. And they've been caught at the post by Jamie Hewitt of Chesterfield.
Wow, that's
Chris Beaumont's cross.
Yeah.
That's mine, says Hewitt. Unforgettable.
Ah, dear. Why do we love this game so? That's why.
So Chelsea must wait to see who they face at Wembley on May the 17th, which is Jamie Hewitt's birthday, remember. And he's given himself a chance of being at Wembley on that day. He'll be 29 when the FA Cup final is played. Amazing scenes. Truly tremendous. Every superlative you can think of. And we'll go through it all again in Sheffield in what, 9 days' time. Middlesbrough 3, Chesterfield 3.
And the Borough are going to put their supporters through every emotion there is before they're finished this season. A wonderful day out for John Duncan and Chesterfield. 3-3, the equaliser, 65 seconds from the end. Extraordinary afternoon at Old Trafford. So much to talk about, to look back on at Old Trafford here and in the Premier League today. Well, they can't believe that. Twice in a week. Wembley last Sunday, and Leicester City did them. What was it, 3 minutes from the end of extra time for a 1-1. And here, this afternoon at Old Trafford, the most extraordinary FA Cup semi-final that swung first one way and then another. This time 65 seconds from the end. And Middlesbrough had drawn another big day. But many, many congratulations to Chesterfield. Let's hear from their manager, John Duncan, with Nick Collins.
Well, John, I just think you went through just about every emotion possible out there this afternoon, didn't you? Well, it was a great game, and people wondered if we would make a game of it, but we more than made a game of it. Fantastic effort from the players. Played well, and at the end we just had to launch it in there and eventually got a break.
What was the whole occasion like for you this afternoon?
Very emotional before the kick-off. Once the game got started, we got closer to kick-off, tried to make it pretty much like everything else. But the support was magnificent. Players, I cannot believe how proud I am of these lads.
2-0 up and then 3-2 down. Did you think that's it? The dream is over?
Well, you never think it with that team. I mean, 2-0 up, didn't think in it. I didn't even think we were there at all. I mean, the quality that they have, for us to kind of handle it was something else. And we didn't feel it was a penalty, but they had the game and they were always a threat. It was just a magnificent effort.
The question is, do you feel you can still win the replay?
Well, I wouldn't, you know, it's unlikely we were going to win this one. And it's equally unlikely we're going to win the replay. But it is a game, and we'll see how the breaks went. I thought breaks went reasonably even today. We feel that the one that hit the bar may have gone in. You'll be able to prove it to us. That goes in 3-1, we may have won it. But with the firepower they've got, we probably wouldn't even have won at that stage. So it's just another great game for us to play.
It was indeed. John, well done. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, pleasure.
He's absolutely shattered, isn't he? Fantastic day for his team. April the 23rd, Hillsborough, is the date of the replay. Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister, and we also have Mark Schwarzer with us today. April the 22nd, Hillsborough. That is the replay date. Absolutely extraordinary semi, Steve, wasn't it, really?
Oh, it's quite incredible, isn't it? I mean, who could have forecast that? I mean, the emotion of it all from everybody concerned. The Middlesbrough players I don't know how they're going to fit their games in now. I mean, another replay for them. And to be 10 men and then winning 3-2 and then that happen. It's just incredible game.
2-2 at the end of 90 minutes. This is the goal that put Middlesbrough in front from Fester. Great composure from the centre-back, Mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, he's a very cool
from
customer.
Ravanelli. Janino thought he'd scored. Fester had. So that was 3-2. But then 65 seconds from the end of extra time, Chesterfield made it 3-3. Jamie Hewitt with the equaliser. Well, can you believe what Middlesbrough were trying to do at this stage, Gary? Surely just keep the ball, play the game away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ball in from the lad, to be fair then. And what a finish. The big lads knocked everybody out of the way.
He wanted that more than anyone else, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Now then,
65 seconds.
just before we see the goal that everybody's talking about, we'll go to Brian Robson and come back and get a reaction to what the referees had to say about that in a moment. First of all, Brian Robson with Nick Collins.
Well, Brian, a great fight back, but in the end, did it feel like you'd lost?
No, it hasn't. I mean, I've told all my players. They've put in a great performance there. The referee did his best to even the game up, and he did that. To go 2-0 down with 10 men, the lads have done fantastic today. I'm really pleased with them. You know, after the strenuous few weeks that they've had, they stood up and they battled, and they're a bit unfortunate at the end there because you know, I thought we had a few situations where we were counter-attack and we should have done better. But everything that they've done today, they've been brilliant.
Having said all that, a replay was probably the last result you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but when we were 2-0 down, I would have settled for a replay. No, I mean, you've just got to take the games as they come. I mean, we are going to have a strenuous time towards the end of the season and that, but that's the way it goes if you want success, and you know, I'm just pleased that we're still in the FA Cup.
Is there enough in the tank for Wednesday in the Coca-Cola Cup replay?
Well, we'll soon find out, but we're looking forward to that. It's great to be playing in these cup ties, and you know, the lads have just got to raise themselves again and try and win one of these competitions.
All right, Brian, many thanks. Cheers.
They keep trying, don't they? Now then, just before we see this, let me tell you what David Ellery has had to say about it. He says he disallowed this because of an offence by a Chesterfield forward after the ball had come down off the bar. Let's have a look at it. Can anybody, and keep your eyes on David Ellery on the far side there, can anybody, Steve, I'll give it to you, can you see an offence here? No whistle yet.
Well,
look,
he's pointing at Fleming there to say that he's playing everybody's onside. Now, as he cuts back in here, he hits it, and you have to say that's a foot over the line.
That's it.
And now he gives the free kick. Now's the free kick he gives. I don't know how he gives the free kick either, because if it's going to go. But it's an unbelievable decision, and I think Andy was correct when he said the linesman ran away with his flag up, thinking it was a goal.
You can just see him at the moment. Look, he did go. I watched him as well. Well, that's in, isn't it?
Yeah, he's flagged there. And
that's an offence. It's a penalty, isn't it?
well, I can't see whether there's any foul or whatever, but I think the main issue is that the ball has crossed the line, and fortunately for Middlesbrough, they've got away with it.
We heard what John Duncan said. Even at 3-1, he fancied that Middlesbrough would blast their way back into that game anyway. But that at 3-1, you might have fancied them then, Gary, surely.
Yeah. Janino was coming on fire at the end of the last half an hour. I saw the game. He was fantastic and quite breathtaking.
We spoke to Mark a little earlier about the reaction in the Middlesbrough camp to that 1-1 at Wembley last week. And you said, fine, no problems, we'll get over that, and we're looking forward to the replay. What now? Twice in a week it's happened to you. How do they feel down there?
We're experienced now, so...
So this is no problem?
Yeah, I mean, that was probably one of the most... I don't know, I think it was probably even more disappointing than last week's, really. I mean, to go so close again with this time one player less and fight back from 2-0 down was an absolute phenomenal
I must say, I was like
performance.
Andy. I was looking around when the equaliser went in. Janino was on his back. Ravanelli on the far side was on his back. I mean, they really couldn't believe it, could they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we all realise, you know, the amount of games that are coming up as well in the next couple of weeks. So, I mean, it's the last thing we really wanted to be having an extra game. So, you know, and obviously, like I said, you know, the performance to get back from 2-0 down to that situation and still lose it in like 65 seconds to go is bitterly disappointing.
Credit to everybody involved, it really was, and we'll be talking about it up until the time that they replay.
Well, hope you enjoyed that. Still the most remarkable game I've ever witnessed. Certainly takes some beating. And now let's hear from some fans who were there at Old Trafford.
Ron Smith here. I have some wonderful memories of the FA Cup semi-final way back, all those 20-odd years ago. My overriding memory is coming back from Old Trafford, getting to the top of Chatsworth Road, and suddenly it seemed that everybody was outside their front doors onto the street, clapping, cheering, banging drums, banging pans, very much like the clap for carers on a Thursday night. And the four of us in the car, we opened the windows and we just went down that road 10 miles an hour, if that, waving and pipping the horn, cheering as way. And so much enjoyed it that when we got down to the bottom of Chatsworth Road, I nipped left onto Chester Street, nipped left again onto Brockwell Lane, up to Stores Road, left again onto Stores Road, and lo and behold, came back out at the Terminus Hotel onto Chatsworth Road and did the whole journey yet again. What a wonderful, wonderful experience it was. And secondly, if I may, as you know, the weeks before the game, Chesterfield was painted blue. Blue ribbons, blue paint, blue flags, blue faces, everything, but everything seemed to be blue. That is all apart from the HSBC Bank. Remember, their flag is a red one, and there it stood proudly on top of the bank. Well, I was a bit miffed with this, and during one of my lunch hours, I nipped into the bank perhaps to say a few words. When I got inside the door, there was a lovely young lass there in a blue Chesterfield top with a name badge and said, "I know why you've come, but we can't move it because head office have said, sorry, it's staying there. That is the bank's flag and it's staying there." I just think, what a shame. They could have really, really got a few fans there that day. Anyway, that was my memories.
An amazing day that was. Couldn't sleep that night. Up in the morning at 5 o'clock, walking around the ponds with the dog. Got back, watched Sky Sports News up till 8 o'clock, and up to the new inn at Newton for a bacon cob and a couple of pints. Then off we went, 2 busloads of us. What an amazing day that was. Shame about the result, but we were robbed.
Hi, this is John Bailey. I went to see the match with my sister, Sarah French, that great match. We were staying with my mum, who lived near Castleton, and I remember we left her house and we drove up through Bamford, and as we drove along, cars in front of us and behind us were all with their blue and white scarves, and also as we drove through Bamford, people were waving us on and they had blue and white scarves in their houses. It was fantastic. We got to Old Trafford and we didn't have a ticket. For the first time in my life, and never done since, I decided to try and get a ticket from a ticket tout. So we were in the middle of a crowd and I thought, oh, how am I going to do this? I looked around and there was a lot and I could see on the edge of the crowd there was some what you might describe as shifty looking types. So I sort of sidled up to one of them and said, "Have you got any tickets?" And he looked around And he said, just come over here. And I thought, oh, what's happening? But in fact, he then took us to one side. I bought 2 tickets for me and my sister. They cost a little bit more than they should have done, but not much. And thankfully, they worked. So what a way to see a match. Ticket touts, but well done to them. It was a fantastic match. Disappointment we never got to Wembley, but great memories of such a great day.
Thanks to those fans for sending in the videos. And join us next Saturday for another live stream of a classic match. In the meantime, we'll be hosting another Spyrites quiz with questions set by Phil Tooley. That's also on our YouTube channel from around 8 p.m. on Wednesday night, and also on Sunday afternoon from around 5 p.m. a fun family quiz. So it'd be great to see some families taking part there. All sorts of trivia questions to try and answer. So in the meantime, stay safe and take care.